If you don't know, we back. It has been so long. Part about doing a podcast is funny because you have a host and y'all communicate on and off air. And the host Mike goes, yo, so we're going to take a little break once the baby comes. I'm like, all right, cool. He was like, no, we got to get back to it.
Well, I mean, I gave you a break.
Yeah.
We took maternity leave.
And yeah. And you know what's beautiful about it is that's accountability.
Paternity leave, excuse me.
Yeah. That's accountability. It's saying like, yo, you're about to go in this whole new world. But at the same time, we got to create a whole new world. You know what I'm saying?
Got to get it, man.
And it's a beautiful thing because I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, here we go. And so I called Mike. I like, no pod this week. It's go time. And for those who do not know, I am back. I've had my little boy. Hand claps for me. Well, hand claps for my little boy.
Hand claps for Gavin making a kid, bringing a kid into this world.
First off, before we even get started, I got to shout out my wife who did the damn thing. Who showed her ass, who killed it, who, what's beautiful is
homie. We proud of you.
Yeah. What's beautiful is I've been knowing her for almost 10 years now that I'm thinking about it. But, it was just another moment for me to look there and be like, damn, you surprised me again.
Dope ass woman, man.
Yeah.
Dope ass women. They exist.
They do exist.
They're out there.
Yeah. And I was just sitting there and I'm like, yo, it was a great experience. Before we get to what the hell I got to say, because I'm here to cuss out all the parents that came before me that didn't say shit. I do want to say this. We need more black nurses. Male and female. Yeah. We need more. Shout out to Novant. I don't know where everybody else went and how their experience was at Novant. Mine was amazing. But it was super amazing because of a young woman named Jillian, who was a nurse, who showed up, showed out, and
shouts out to Jillian, man. Shouts out to the nurses out there, man, that actually love being a nurse.
Yeah.
They didn't go into it because they wanted to make, great money without, all the responsibility. But for women that actually, men and women, that actually wanted to, take care of someone, man. Like, it's like a skill that we've lost. Like, people don't want to take care of folks anymore. So it's sad that we got to go and get that type of service.
Yeah.
From the hospital.
Yeah, and let me tell you about her. Funny enough, she walks in. She goes. The nurse before her, who was also amazing, but the nurse before her goes, "Oh, this is the boy." She said, "Yeah, I follow him. I got this." And so I die laughing in the thing, but I'm kind of caught off guard because I'm like, oh shit, I hope I ain't saying nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I got a podcast with Mike, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know how that shit gonna go. But nah, she came in, and while everybody at Novant was telling me and my wife exactly what they're going to do, what's going to happen next, Julian made a point to tell us what everybody was going to tell us.
Yeah.
And that to me, as soon as she walked out the room the first time, I looked at my wife. I go, I'm so glad. And my wife goes, that she's black. Me too.
Yeah.
And I said, yo,
representation matters.
It does matter.
Representation matters so much. And here's the thing about representation mattering is that when Asian Americans started getting movies, Young Rich Asian, I forget the movie with the Asian female comedian, but the movie was so fucking good that was on Netflix. And it's like, I can look at that and I can celebrate it because having someone that looks like you to accomplish something or do something. When the young lady won the Olympics for the first time, that was she was the first whatever subset it is in China, and out of Minnesota that took Simone Biles' place on the gold medal. I celebrate the fuck out of that shit, man. Like,
absolutely.
Empowering or wanting to see African Americans do well, is not the same as Anglo supremacy, right? Because Anglo supremacy means that like everyone else is beneath you.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're trying to look at yourself and trying to figure out where the hell you come from, like we are literally African Americans. We are part of the diaspora.
Yeah.
We are spread across the world. We have no clue where we're from.
Yeah.
Who our people are. What tribe we from. What's the history
Yep.
We have to study the history of the whole continent
Yeah.
to just try to have an understanding of ourselves. And this is kind of why we're so discombobulated when it comes to being men, when it comes to being women, when it comes to being dating. Like, I did my ancestry, and I would never forget. I'm a religious studies major.
Yep.
So when I went to college, religious studies major, and we studied about Islam, and we were reading about how from the Iranian area that there were black Muslims on the Horn of Africa, so like Somalia, Kenya, and all that, and how that wasn't true.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right. I run my ancestry, and guess what? Guess what pops up randomly?
What?
8% East African, which would be Somalian, Kenyan.
Yeah.
And 5% fucking Iranian.
Yeah.
You know, so what we was told, no, that never happened.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it happened.
Something happened.
So representation matter, man. I ain't mean to jump off the statement. You know, big ups to the nurse, but
yeah,
this is why we're big up in the nurse.
And you know, she walked us. First of all, my baby was born at 12:15, right? And so
in the
morning, dog.
Woo.
12:15, and so I'm thinking, all right, the baby here, we got him.
What time did labor start? Like, when did y'all go to the hospital?
We got to the hospital at 10 o'clock the morning before, bro. So we was there for 14 hours. Ooh. So he came.
Hey, that's crazy, man. We don't. It didn't even feel like 14 hours.
No, it didn't.
It didn't. If that shit feel for us as men. Apologies, lady. We're not minimizing labor.
No,
but as a man, it doesn't feel like it's as long as it takes.
It don't.
And it's like, but for that woman, she's experienced and
so
that
much.
childbirth from the time that she's finally like, yo, we got to go.
Yeah, mind you, I get a call at 8 in the morning, like, yo, it's go time, and I'm like, all right. And by the time we got there, we got checked in. It's 10. You know, my mind is racing. I'm trying to text everybody because now it's COVID, right? So her mom can't be there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and my family can't be there. And, you know, her family can't be there. So it's just me and her. And, you know, from finding somewhere to park to running in, getting a wheelchair to rolling her ass in, you know, dude, all that.
I'm panicking for you right now.
Bruh.
And it's already happened.
Yeah. And, you know, we get up there and everything is going good. And the baby comes. Let me tell you about Jillian, man. Just a quick thing. Shout out to her. I got to find you. I told you I was going to find you, and I'm still on a search. That's why I keep mentioning you in every podcast, because somebody going to find you for me. She came in. She said, look, it's your first baby. You could be in labor from anywhere to 2 to 4 hours. And my wife said, I can't. Like, no. Jillian said, all right. Do you trust me? My wife said, yes. She said, I'm going to get that down. She said, you won't be pushing for 4 hours, maybe an hour. My wife said, I don't want to do that for an hour. She said, all right, just trust me. So she started doing exercises with us. She started going, she was like, my wife was like, I don't want to be sitting this way giving labor. And Jillian was like, let me go search the hospital. Let me go get this for y'all. She was like, y'all need anything else? Gavin, you need anything? And I'm like, nah, I'm fine. She did all this stuff, man. My wife pushed for all of 23 minutes. Yeah. Like that's, and it was because of her, because she was like, look, I'm going to text the doctor when it's the go time. Yeah. Because if he come in here, he might walk out, go deliver another baby, and then you got to get in a rotation. Yeah. And so everything was perfect, man. Baby come at 12. I'm thinking, hey, just let everybody know it's my first go around. So I'm thinking okay, cool. We about to go to sleep. Yeah. Bruh, they don't get us into a room to about 5. And then Julian introduced us to the next nurse, who was actually black as well. Yeah. And she's telling us what she's going to tell us before she comes in. The question she's going to ask, she was like, look, if y'all need anything, I'll be here to 6. Hit me up. I'm not y'all nurse anymore, but just tell them you want me, and I got y'all. And it was beautiful, man. So shout out to everybody there. Now, to you damn parents that came before me, y'all left a lot of stuff out.
Man, we gave hey, look, we gave you as much as we could give you to stop it, to make sure you don't stop having kids. Look, okay, you don't want to scare somebody off.
Look, only thing everybody said was, "Yo, get your rest now." Y'all, that was an understatement. Okay, first of all, that was a fucking understatement. Second of all, y'all go, all right, yo, first, let me tell y'all about, for those who do not have kids, everybody that has kids, they don't give you a lot of advice, but they all tell you like, yo, you're going to get a lot of advice from people unsolicited. Yeah. So good luck. And I'm like, what does that even fucking mean? Then I start running to people like, oh, they just assume this is how the shit go. And it's either people who don't have kids or they don't have a good relationship with their kids.
Yeah, you don't even listen to
And it's people. Like, oh, what you mean is day 3 and y'all not getting no sleep? Only thing you got to do is this. Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking?
They don't have kids, bro.
Look, it's funny about that. Yo, y'all didn't tell me. I got a little boy. Y'all didn't tell me if his thing points straight up, he about to pee.
Oh, he's absolutely.
I didn't got peed on. I didn't got pooped on. Bruh spit up on me before. First of all, we starting this podcast late because of me. Because I thought I'd be here on time. Now I see why everybody who got kids be late.
Wait till he poops his diaper and it's all on his back.
Everybody has already. I talked to a photographer yesterday.
And you still gotta pick him up and care for him and love him, and you gonna have to wash all that shit off, literally.
Literally. I talked to a photographer yesterday. He's like, "Yo, has he shit up his back?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "All right." He's like, "You might want to throw your kid away after that." And I was like, "Get out of here."
It's coming.
He was like, "Bruh, my sister done asked me about 4 times." She was like, "Yo, we need a picture because it's gonna be that nasty. Like you ain't gonna want to do nothing." And let me tell you this: we kept saying this on this pod, and I was just blindly agreeing with Mike, and rightfully so. You know, sometimes if you go somewhere blind, you might end up in the right spot.
Yeah.
But Mike kept saying, "Yo, only have a kid if you married." And so I kept hearing that.
Tell you.
And I kept agreeing, not knowing, you know, because in my mind, I'm like, well, if he's right, I'm married, I'm good, right? It makes so much sense. And not to the women. I'm saying this to the men. There's moments, and I've only been here for 3 weeks. It's moments that when this whole process, that if you really don't care about her, it's going to make y'all life difficult.
Yeah, man, like because it's going to be periods where y'all, you know, one don't like one another.
Yeah.
You know, and not in a mean way, not like, you know, I can't stand you, but just like, yo, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And you're not helping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when that happens, you know, you don't like one another. That's the truth. So like, but when you married, you could split that work up, man. Like even you have to be active fathers. Like, and I think the one thing that we don't say at all in our culture, in our society, and let me be clear, Black women are not the only people that are single moms. Like for some reason, Black women like to post that shit on Facebook.
Yeah.
But they're not the only ones, man. Like I know lots of individuals who are not Black that are single moms.
Absolutely.
And they are exhausted. They're tired. And then when they get their energy back, something lacks. You know, right? Whether it's, you know, the kid is grown as fuck or the kid is getting into shit that they shouldn't be getting into.
Yeah.
They're exhausted.
Yeah.
As fathers, our job is to come home and provide a reprieve.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if you're not home, if you are divorced or if you had a child before you were married, your job is still to come in and provide that woman with the reprieve. And she's going to tell you she don't need help.
Yeah.
She's going to tell you that, you know,
Lies.
I don't need you to do it.
Lies.
You know, the hell with you.
Lies.
You know, I can handle this myself.
Lies.
Bruh, trust me when I say grab your kid. Your kid's going to appreciate it.
She's going to appreciate it.
She's going to appreciate it.
Bruh, 2 or 3 nights ago, shout out to my wife, because she said she's going to listen to all these podcasts where I'm talking about this experience. It's 3 a.m. and I feel my wife staring a hole through me because I'm asleep. I'm knocked out.
Because you're getting rest, right?
And he's crying. She got to feed him. And I tell everybody, if you know my wife, you know, because she has no problem telling you. She don't do good without sleep.
Yeah.
And she's looking through me. And she's about to cry just because he's crying. You know, I think this is me. Now, mind you, nobody has never happened, so we don't know. I think if babies came out talking, or at least with a sign that say, hey, this is why I'm crying, this might be a little bit easier, right? And but my wife, she's trying to figure stuff out at 3, 4 in the morning. He's screaming, and my ass is like knocked out.
Dead to the world. Because you're exhausted.
I'm tired. And I feel like she's looking at me like, yo, wake your ass up.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is the next day, I'm holding my little boy. He crying to the top of his lung. I swear my wife, mind you, this is not true. I swear she took the longest shower she could possibly fucking take. I'm like, yo, where the fuck is she? She know good and damn well that she the only she's the only thing to mute him right now.
Yeah.
And I swear she took a shower for 3 days, bro. Yeah. And I was just like, and you know, I laughed when she came back and got him. Yeah. She was like, you good? And I'm like, no. Yeah. I was like, but you needed that. Yeah. Mind you, she probably only showered for 5 minutes.
I know, but to your point, she needed that.
She needed that. And I was just like, it is what it is. But other than that, shout out to my boys. Shout out to Mike's brother, who gets a text from me every morning at 4:30, between 4:30 and 5:30, for me to let him know, like, yo, just to give y'all a heads up, this is when you're gonna be getting up, getting screamed at.
Oh, this is when you're getting up for the 3rd time.
Yeah,
like, like not even the 1st time. This is when you're getting up for the 3rd time.
Look, man, and then shout out to our family, man. But it's been an amazing experience. And I will say this: please make sure you pick the right baby mama. Because picking the wrong baby mama can just lead to this.
It can lead to a heart attack.
Look, man, y'all out here picking the wrong baby moms, and hold on, let's do it like this.
Me and my baby gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So we're moving forward, onward, upward, okay? I know a lot of you are skeptical about talking to people with children, but I can assure you, the baby mamas now, today, we don't give a damn. You can have them. I have exited the rat race. I am not a threat. I want you to be around for a long time, not a good time. You can hold my son, put him on your story. I trust his judgment.
Wait a minute.
I really do. I really, really do. I just want you guys to be happy.
Did she say
I
that?
swear.
Did she really just say that?
Before we continue.
You can have them.
Hold on. Let me just.
With children.
We're gonna
but I
confirm
can
what she
assure
said.
you, the baby mamas now, today, we don't give a damn. You can have them.
Wow.
I have exited the rat race. I am not a threat. I want you to be around for a long time, not a good time. You can hold my son, put him on your story. I trust his judgment. I really do. I really, really do. I just want you guys to be happy. I swear.
So clearly this is to her baby daddy, right?
Clearly to her baby daddy, but clearly a message to, like, you can have them. You can put them in your story. You can hold them. Like, did I mishear that? Did I mishear her saying you can grab my baby
And throw him all over your story.
and throw him all
like
over
he
your
yours.
story like he's yours?
That's what Brittany said, man.
Okay, all right. So all right. Here's my thing here. Because a month ago, PJ Washington, matter of fact, right before we went off, we talked about
Yep,
PJ.
we did.
And PJ Washington was saying that he wants to see his son.
Absolutely.
Right? I want to see, which implies he's not seeing his son.
He's not seeing his son.
Brittany is saying, hey, these baby mamas today are different.
Yeah.
You can grab the baby and put it all in your story like it is yours.
Yeah. That's what she's saying.
No way. No way. We have completely misunderstood everything she just said. Because there's no way that the kid's father, who actually splattered baby batter on your cervix during your ovulation window, there's no way that dude
We back with the shits.
can't see his baby.
But
in stepdaddy season, the stepdaddy
yeah.
can see the baby and put him in his fucking story.
Yeah.
All right, so if anybody co-sign this shit right here, this is why you're a fucking single mom. And this is why you're single. I can't even be nice about that shit, bro. I can't even be, because here's the thing. When a man wants to be in his child life, we just spent the first half of the podcast talking about how we try the best we can to take care of our kids for the women that have our children.
Absolutely.
And then you have men that are like, yo, I want to see my son. And then you have women that's like, it's stepdaddy season. Nigga, only thing I want to do, and I don't even use the N-word. Go back and look at the other 6 podcasts and see how many times I've used the N-word.
Yeah, I use it, but
so I'm irritated as fuck right now, right? So you're going out here saying that the stepdaddy can see the kid, but the daddy can't see his kid?
And the dad's girl can see the kid. Like, that's, to me, is weird. You know, Brittany is interesting, bro, because
you know what, she was, because you know what, she put a full disclaimer out there, saying that, you know, she's a hustling ass, you know, woman.
Yeah, she did.
And then, you know, which, you know, I no fault to her for a simp running into her and getting her pregnant, right? I ain't even had an issue with that.
Yeah, because she told you.
She told you the warning label was there.
It's like when Trump said that the Republicans are stupid and he ran to represent them.
Yeah. So it's like, look,
he told you what's
when
up.
the warning label is there and you still do it, I don't fault that.
Yeah.
But when you are now being,
I like that example.
When you're now being a siren, right? You're just trying to crash dudes. You're just trying to wreck men. Now I have a problem with you, because it ain't about the hustle no more. And here's the thing, Britt, you fumbled the bag. All right, you fumbled the fucking bag. All you had to do is be this man's woman.
Yeah.
PJ Washington signing a max contract in the next 4-5 years.
Yeah.
So,
hopefully.
So let's
go crazy.
So let's say if you get, you know, $20,000 a year, right? I mean a month. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what 200, 250.
Yeah. How much is, but hold on. So here's my thing about Brittany. What is this contract that's floating around that she allegedly signed for this kid?
I don't know what kind of contract you can sign for a kid outside of the way that the federal government.
Exactly. And so that's
state
my
governments
thing.
already do black men.
Before we go there, and I ain't trying to digress or go off, like, the media is good for posting these fake ass fucking
Yeah.
stories.
Well, he not paying $200,000
Like,
a month.
and I told somebody, I was like, yo, if Diddy is out here getting $30,000 lowered and he got 6 kids, you know, and Nas is only paying 40.
Yeah.
PJ is not fucking
Nas
paying.
paying $40,000 a month.
He was back in the day. He was. Now I don't know if it went down, but
It's like a $500,000 a year.
yeah, but bruh, these
Man,
Khalees got him. And so, but my
good
thing is,
Lord.
PJ is not fucking paying 200.
He isn't, but it's like even if Brittany gets 15, right? So
Yeah.
she makes $180,000 a year. Britt, you still fumbled the fucking bag.
Yeah, because he's
all you
signing
had
a
to
another
do was beat this man's wife.
Yeah.
All you had to do was beat this man's peace. This boy, because that's what he was when you met him.
Yeah, she's a predator. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
this boy was enamored with you. He would have done anything for you.
Yep.
But your stunting means more than being a wife.
Yeah.
And men, you got to be aware of that shit. If a woman stunting means more than her than being a wife, because me being a husband matters more than me than posting that shit on Instagram that I'm married to a bad bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm not using that word bitch, in a bad way. I'm saying like, yo, like you a bad bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
He sounds just like Ezra.
I don't need to stunt on Instagram to show all the women that, yo, this is my wife. I got y'all asses. No, I want to be a husband. I don't want to lose her. Brittany, you fumbled the bag.
I did a podcast yesterday, actually 2 days ago. Well, for my photography podcast, and for those who want to hear more about what I introed this podcast with, I did an hour and a half on that, just about being married and going through this. But me and my co-host was having a discussion about, like, you know, being married versus not, and I realized in that conversation about how many people literally go out here and thinking that babies is going to change the person they with. And even marriages, right? Like,
yeah,
we're married, so it's going to change.
A lot of people make that mistake.
And that shit is sad, man, because with PJ, I don't know what he was thinking. She told you who she was before.
I don't know what
she
PJ
told
was.
you.
But
doing,
he
he
on
was
one
young,
hand,
though,
he's young.
Yeah.
But, do you not have anybody? Look, I don't know how PJ grew up. I don't know who his friends are. I know that as friends, sometimes I've had friends that have dated, hoes.
Yeah.
And, it's like, yo, once he fall in love, like, it's really nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be like, bruh, chill. But you can't really be like, you know what I'm saying? You can't call your homeboy's girl a hoe.
Yeah, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? So you kind of just got to let the shit ride.
You got to call her experienced.
Yeah. So I don't know what PJ experienced to decide that he wanted to start having unprotected sex with a woman that said the athletes are dumb as fuck, like to sleep without protection if you want to check.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was thinking. Like, if it's that good and it just erased everything he knew,
It had to.
Then all right, I get it.
What's her homegirl who she be with all the time?
Oh, Tiana, that's my girl though. I
Yeah,
love
she
Tiana
was
Trump.
holding his baby too. I hope he know that.
Oh,
It's all on Twitter between her sucking dick, her getting fucked. Then it's like his baby, her holding his baby. Then it's her sucking dick again.
For those who don't know who Tiana Trump is, she's a pretty fine porn star.
Yeah, she's pretty, she's fine, and she's a porn star.
You know what, man? I saw a picture of Tiana it's like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Did I drop it in our group chat? I don't know. I was like, yo, she did not have to do this. She is pretty, man. Like, I was like, she did not have to do this, man. Like, Tiana could have been a nurse and married a fucking doctor, bro. She still married a doctor. I mean, she's a sex worker. I mean, she can still look.
Yeah. Shout out to all the sex workers.
Yeah, sex work is work.
It is work, and they got their OnlyFans back. Look, man.
Hey, what? OnlyFans did not know what business OnlyFans was in.
They did not. And the fact that, look, I know several sex workers because I'm a photographer, don't ask. And let me tell y'all, they was mad.
I bet, man. OnlyFans is the lick. Dude, look. I have like a Twitter account that just like follows like
everybody got a burner with an account. It's okay.
Just porn stars.
I don't know why y'all was mad at KD because like everybody do.
Everybody has a burner Twitter, man. And so I mean, like when you see a chick and she like, yo, I'm 0.01% of OnlyFans. Yo, her shit be lit, man. I can't front.
Look, man,
that shit be lit.
There's a girl right now. Shout out to Paige. Look, man, she is a model. And I kept sending
not interrupt you. We need a podcast on sex, man, because dudes are whack, and we're gonna get to y'all whack ass niggas.
Oh my
sex.
gosh,
we need a podcast on sex. I'm gonna write that down.
But shout out to Paige because I was on my burner and I saw an account. For those who don't know, if you want to know what all the bad girls is, go on Dream Girls Only on Twitter. They post all the baddies, and they posted her, and I was like, yo, I follow her, I know her. We supposed to be shooting one day. And I had told my boys a while back, I'm like, yo, the people that know her, I'm like, yo, I'm pretty sure she's a sex worker. And they like, nah, she
So
just
Paige,
model.
she local? I mean, you gonna say what?
Nah. She not. She in the Midwest.
Oh.
But she
But you
comes
gonna
here.
shoot with her?
Yeah, I was going to. But the thing was, back in the day, she kept her website. It had sex worker lingo on there.
But for people who don't know, Gavin is like a United States renowned photographer. Like he's one of the best in the country.
Look, thank you.
So if you're not listening to this podcast, because you're like, yo, these motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they talking about. Wait till we launch a couple things, man. Like you really gonna see, like we got an impressive fucking clique of dudes, man.
It's funny. And so she had all the lingo on there, and then I see her on this page, and I like click on like her burner. I found her burner shit, and she's like reposting shit, and I was like, "Yo," I was like, my sex worker like meter went. I was 100%. I knew it.
Yeah,
and it was funny, man. But yo, they were so mad. And shout out to the sex workers because y'all really made OnlyFans. Y'all made them pipe down and say, yo, y'all know what y'all.
Hey man, y'all make Twitter worthwhile. Y'all
Absolutely.
made Tumblr worthwhile before Tumblr lost their mind.
Y'all need to get on Reddit. That's where it's at.
Yeah, Reddit. Y'all made Reddit worthwhile. Like, I mean, we could sit here and talk shit about, say, like, I don't. Y'all hustling ass motherfuckers.
Yeah,
man. Like, I'm always down for the hustle, man. The podcast is for hustles, man.
It is.
This is a hustlers fucking podcast, and we're gonna get back to business after episode 10.
Yeah,
we just had to get on y'all niggas these first 10 episodes.
Look,
and I didn't use that word for the second time. I have not used that word all fucking season.
Look,
but y'all got me so fucking irritated, man. And y'all about to see why.
Look, sex workers is the reason why we have simps. I really believe that. And it's like they.
You know what? What came first, the sex workers or the simps? I think the simps came first.
Yeah,
I think the simps came first, man. I would not put this on sex workers, man. I think the simps create the environment for sex work. And you know what though? And we need it because if you do not have sex workers and these dudes do not get laid, they do become terrorists. They absolutely do.
All right. So there was a discussion that you was having in a Facebook group that you saw about paying for a first date.
Yeah. Okay. So
break this down for me because I find this hilarious.
All right. So there was this thing where, look. Okay. First off, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I did not know black incels exist. I did not know that. I knew that incels was a thing. I did not know that black incels were a thing. So there's this thing that's going around where people are basically saying, there's a text message conversation between, this guy and this woman. Okay. And he's like, where do you see this going? And she says, well, I don't know. Where do you want it to go? Mm-hmm. And first off, bro, that's game, right? She answered your question with a fucking question.
I want to say I saw this on Reddit.
You got zero information back. At that point, you should have took the opportunity to expound upon your question.
Absolutely.
But you have no game, right? You're fucking lame.
Yeah.
So what does he do? He's like, well, I want to take you out.
Yeah.
But he was like, I want to take you out on a Dutch date. And she's like, well, what's that? What's a Dutch date? Because, I mean, I could assume some people, I know the first time I heard Dutch date, and I was probably in college, and I really thought it was like Netherlands Dutch.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm a kid. So so when she asked, well, what is a Dutch date? I didn't even think she was being a simpleton. I think she was like, yo, like,
what is that?
What is that?
Because the first time I heard it, I had to ask what was that.
Yeah. So
a girl told me.
Yeah. So she was like, he was like, all right, I want to go somewhere. You pay for yourself. I'll pay for me. And, that's the date to get to know one another. And here's the thing, man. All right. Look, the majority of men, I'm going to assume is going to disagree with me. And this is why. Okay. Right? Uh-oh. It goes back to the quote that's attributed to General Hercules, which I was told that he did not say this, but it's attributed to him, right? Okay. Out of 100 men that go to war, 10 don't belong, 70 are targets, 9 are fighters, 1 is a warrior. All right. So when I say what I'm about to say, I already assume that the 10 loudest motherfuckers, aren't going to agree. And then I'm going to agree that the 70, that are just targets don't know what the fuck is going on. So I expect pushback. All right, fellas. We got to get back to being men, right?
Absolutely.
And as men, I know that everybody want to be gender fluid. This is not a gender fluid podcast. This is a gender role podcast. As a man, your job is to protect and provide.
Absolutely.
Right? And fellas, I'm gonna add something else to that and be funny. Y'all do.
They corny
funny.
As fuck.
Y'all aren't funny. Y'all aren't interesting. Like, these are your roles as a man. If there's a woman that you're pursuing, all right, bruh, take her out. Yeah. All right. Don't put it on her. And here's the thing: if you're punching outside of your weight class, and what I mean by that is if as a man you are a 6, and an 8 is giving you the time of day, you punching out of your weight class, right?
Absolutely.
All right, bro. Gotta take your fucking time to get to know this goddamn woman.
Yeah.
Because you're competing against other dudes that are higher than you.
Absolutely.
There's a competition. There's a hierarchy. As men, we understand this shit. We have understood this since we was kids.
Yeah.
If you've played 21 in basketball,
absolutely,
it's 5-on-5. Yeah. There's 10 people on the court.
Yeah.
Those 2 last people, absolutely knew they were gonna be pick number 9. And pick number 10.
Absolutely.
And that shit changes over time. From the time you are 7, 8 years old, you understand that there's a hierarchy, there's competition, and that there's somebody that's better than you.
Got to make the 3-pointer if you want to get picked up.
You gotta be able to shoot the ball. If you can't shoot the ball,
get the rebound.
You're going to be pick number 9 and pick number 10.
Before we go forward, it used to be funny when I was younger. I'd be like, yo, why y'all pick up the rebounder with like y'all 3rd pick every time? Only thing he do is grab boards. And sometimes dudes know, look, he can't score. He's going to make sure anything that don't go in, he's going to get it. He's going to run and jump out of bounds. And it makes sense. But go ahead.
Yeah. So it's like, as men, we've always understood there's a competition. For some reason in 2021, or from 2010 to 2021, we no longer understand that we have to compete for the woman that we want. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, she ain't by her fucking self, bro. She ain't fucking single. Right? Yeah. She might not have a boyfriend. She might not have a husband.
Yeah.
But, bruh, she ain't single.
It's dudes in her DMs.
It's dudes in her DM all fucking day. There's dudes open doors for her all day. There's dudes asking her out to lunch all fucking day.
Yeah.
How are you going to differentiate yourself as a man with this woman?
So in that group, what was the response that you saw when people's...
All the responses was dudes were like, good for him. He should not have to pay. He should not have to do this.
Pretty sure I saw this on Reddit, and that was the same thing I saw.
So when I finally responded to the shit, right?
Go ahead.
When I finally, I was like, fellas, just pay for the fucking date. Man.
Yeah,
just it's a fucking date, bro. It ain't child support. You're not paying for a wedding. It ain't alimony. It's a date,
bruh.
Pay for the fucking date. And here's the thing. All right, I get it. Shit's expensive as fuck now.
Yeah.
I was like, look. You motherfuckers got to get off goddamn 2K and COD for fucking 2 days and explore your fucking cities, man.
Shout out to 2K. I got it. That shit hard as fuck.
You got to explore your cities and find out these independent bookstores that are coffee shops that sell beer and wine.
Yep.
Bro, this is you can get in and out of a fucking date for under $20.
You really can.
You can. And I don't care what city you in, bro. You got to know what but here's the thing though. See, if you're not interesting, if you can't ask, if you don't know what questions to ask, if you don't know how to get to know a woman, see, the only thing these dudes can do is lead with their fucking wallets. That's where simps come from.
Absolutely.
And see, simps have to compete with dudes who actually understand that. I was talking to someone. Mm-hmm. He was like, man, met this chick, she was beautiful, and then like she kind of just dropped him. Yeah. And my question was, I was like, well, where is she from? Mm-hmm. How long she's been here? Yeah. Like. What type of work she do? Yeah. What type of work she did when she was back there, right? These are basic fucking questions, man. Yeah. He didn't have an answer. And I'm like, what the fuck did y'all talk about? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not, you have to be interested in the woman, and you have to be interesting as a man. My
homegirl, shout out to Jasmine, or as her mom calls her, Yasmin. She is Argentinian She went to Florida for school. She lived in Miami. I say all to say she's bad. Yeah. She's fine, right? Yeah. And so I'm doing a photo shoot with Jasmine, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, yo, so what you doing after the shoot? And she said, oh, I'm going on a date. And I said, for real? Mind you, she's like in grad school to be something important. Yeah. And, and then she's trying to get accepted into another program to do all this. She's smart. She's fine. When I say she's fine, the reason why I keep stressing that is because she's not paying for shit, right? No. Like, and the thing is, I said, will you meet this guy? She was like, oh, I met him online. And she was like, he honestly slid in my DM. She was like, he's cute. He's all right. Yeah. And I'm like, you say it like you don't really want to date him.
She ain't really interested.
She said, you know what? She said, I don't have a bunch of money right now because I'm not working because I'm in school. She said, and I'm not going to sit here. She was like, I don't like to date the athletes. I don't like to do all that. She said, it's stupid. She was like, I did that I'm not for it.
Because they're not brilliant.
And she said, I'm gonna be real. He's not dating within his like class or whatever. So I'm like, and I laughed because I'm like, damn, you said it so bluntly because I'm thinking whatever. She said, but you know what? He is fucking funny.
There you go.
She said, you know what? And I said, oh, where y'all going? She said, he asked me to meet him at a bowling alley, and I'm just going to bowl with him.
Yeah.
And she was like, we're gonna do that, and maybe we'll hang out afterwards. She was like, but honestly, it's the first date where somebody ain't trying to say like, yo, let's go get drunk, let's go here. And she was like, look, and she showed me a picture.
Let's go buy a table.
Yeah, and she was just like, yo, we going to bowl. And then next thing you know, I was talking to her for months after. She was like, yo, we still kicking it. It's cool.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that you saying like, yo, there is dates to get in. And women do respond to dudes that's funny. That ain't dumbasses. And you know, I was on Reddit and I saw what you posted. What was posted that you're talking about now. And the same thing I saw then was like, yo, shout out to this dude. Shout out to, make her go Dutch. And you know what dudes is? They don't understand how to be, they don't know how to fucking date women.
No, they don't. And
everything's transactional.
Because they don't have any fucking dads.
That's
They've watched their moms be transactional, quid pro quo for everything.
Yeah.
This is why we always talk about on this podcast. If you give me a if then statement, if you're this way, then I'll be this way. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a red fucking flag. Walk the fuck off.
Yeah.
Because a truly feminine woman, a woman that is really working within her feminine divine, she's going to take care of whoever's in front of her. We'll talk about the nurse, right?
Yeah.
That's just in her.
Yeah.
She ain't doing it for a fucking check. If she was a waitress, she'd take care of you.
Yeah.
If she was a firefighter, she'd take care of you. Like, it's just in them.
her.
You know, so like you guys, first off, man, look, if y'all not fucking interested, it ain't this fucking hard. Find the cheap shit to do in your fucking city, man.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just museums and art, because if you don't understand that shit, it ain't gonna fucking work.
You look stupid.
You can walk through. We have an African American art museum up here,
Absolutely.
the Gantt Center, right?
Yep.
You can walk in and out of the Gantt Center in under 30 minutes if you don't know what the fuck you're looking for.
Absolutely.
So if you try to take a woman to the Gantt Center, which is cheap, I think it's like $8 to get in, if that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a $16 date. You take her in there. Y'all walk through. You look at all the paintings. And you're gone. 30 minutes later, bro, she's
in her car.
She's in her car. She's gone.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't know who's the artist, when did they draw this?
Yeah.
What they was experiencing during this time frame?
Absolutely.
What's going on in the world during this time frame? Y'all motherfuckers aren't interesting, bruh.
Bruh, I had my homegirl came and saw my baby yesterday, and shout out to Sierra. And I'm only telling this story because you blocked him. So Sierra comes to the crib and me and her talking. And I was like, yo, I reached out to my homegirl who was a model, and I said, yo, did you see this dude at the bar with this girl? She was like, yo, I saw him. Mind you, let me tell y'all about this dude. Sierra went on a date with a nigga who was 6'8". So he's hard to miss. Yeah. And they sat at the bar. Yeah. And she said, yo, check with your girl because he was fucked up. So I'm talking, I'm like, I knew Sierra had already told me the story, and I'm like, yeah, he was. And I asked Sierra, I was like, yo, have you spoke to bro? She said, no. She said, look, he invited me out. He was fucked up. She said, so fucked up, we sitting at the bar. He's repeating himself. He throws up while we're sitting at a bar on himself. She said, and he's so drunk, he sat there, didn't know he had thrown up on himself. Wow. And I said, and my wife is sitting there now like, wait, run this story back. And I'm like, so what happened? She was like, I honestly don't think he remembers. She was like, because once he threw up on himself and I said, hey, are you okay? And he was still sticking there with throw up on his chin. She's like, I got up and went to my car and left. She was like, you're not my concern anymore. Like, this is what's the type of dates that y'all are sending these chicks on.
Hey, and that's the thing. So like, dude, pay.
Don't throw up on yourself.
Don't throw up on yourself. Pay for the fucking date. Stop leading with your goddamn wallet and start being interested in the woman that in front of you, and start being interesting enough. Because here's the thing, all right? Because this is again one of the things I posted. I was like, I didn't know that black incels exist. Yeah. Because if y'all dudes are telling this to all the women that y'all running into, there's no way in hell that you're ever getting laid. No, all right, and that's not the point of a date,
unless the sex workers.
Right, you know,
I told you
exactly. Except for the sex workers, right? So, and it's like, and this isn't the reason, but here's the thing. You know, if you're saying that, you know what, I want to take you to I don't know, Outback, right? Yeah. And we're gonna go Dutch on the $70 tab. Right. And then there's another dude that's just like, hey, do you want to go bowl? Yeah. Fellas, you making it easy for the dude that's punching out his fucking weight class. And I'm an out the weight class puncher.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
got
saying?
to be.
So let it be known, I'm not the type of dude that's like, yo, like, I'm dating at my level. No, I punch out of my fucking weight class.
You might as well.
Yeah, you might as well, because y'all making it easy.
Yeah,
y'all are making it easy for dudes to punch out of their fucking weight class.
Yo, we was just talking about PJ. The athletes make it easy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like the chicks who fucking the athletes, they also is fucking somebody that's not an athlete.
Exactly.
They a regular ass dude. The reason why, because another is funny, when I was working at the hotel and all these athletes coming in and out and they talking to all these girls, and I'm like, yo, how is it like being around these dudes? They're like, yo, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They can't hold conversations. They're dumb. They're not the smart. And then I'm like, how does this happen? And then you realize these kids are baby. These athletes that are in the NBA making millions of dollars, they've been babies since they were 11.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're like PJ. PJ is at Kentucky dating the baddest. He has the baddest chick.
Yeah, he has the baddest chick.
But you know what happened to PJ? He was in high school, a dumbass.
Yep.
He was in middle school on the AAU team, a dumbass.
Well, a coddled too. And so when you never have to, face competition, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you never have to, realize that, damn, if I want to play pickup basketball, I'm gonna have to get better, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm not gonna play. If I want to get out here and date, I'm gonna have to learn to compete.
Yeah.
Or I won't have, any woman with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when these guys don't have any competition, they end up with a ton of money. Well, the money is the equalizer, right? The money just wiped away anything that you have to do to be successful. So the athletes, are always going to be the simps, of the world. Like they just are. And this is not a bash on athletes. It is like, if you gave the most ultimate simp right now $100 million, he's not going to become a sophisticated, educated, masculine man. He's going to become a rich fucking simp.
A bigger simp, actually.
A bigger fucking simp.
With a bigger platform.
So, that's like on Instagram, I said, stop simping.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is, turn on notifications, turn simping off. Like that is on my profile. Turn that shit off, man. And be fucking masculine. Why as men do we not believe in hypergamy? When we know for facts that women believe in hypergamy. I don't care what a woman tells you that she wants to make the same amount and y'all can share responsibility. They don't like that shit. They don't. And hey, a matter of fact, if you like 50-50 equality, if you're a woman, put that shit in the comment section right now.
Yeah.
And then tag your friends who also like that shit so I can see that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I doubt it.
No, it ain't no doubt. It's you're wrong. They're wrong. Because we had that conversation on the other pod and about 50-50, women, and women was like, "Oh yeah, no, I believe in it." And then currently they all paying 100% because they single.
Yeah, because they single. Because at the end of the day, no one wants to have to accommodate a motherfucker for half.
Yeah.
I'll accommodate somebody for 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to accommodate a motherfucker for half.
Yeah.
When I can cover 100%. Hypergamy exists for a reason. And as men, we do have to get back to the point to whereas we're gonna play a clip from Kevin where we go with Kevin's right was Kevin's wrong. Mm-hmm. But when we talk about median incomes. Yeah. Right? And here's the thing. As a man, you pretty much have to make double the income of the woman that you're with. Yeah. And I'm sorry. Look, disagree with this shit all you fucking want. Here you go. But in the most successful fucking relationships, the men are out earning by far. Or, excuse me, and a few I know, the woman is out earning by far. But someone has
Shout out Dave Sap, Rocky, and Rihanna.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Perfect fucking example. But someone has to have the steering wheel and someone has to navigate. There isn't a place where both people are doing the same amount. Now, we know in America that we live in a society where everything is fucked up. Yeah. And there's a lot of couples that are doing 50. But for the most part, the reason why antidepressants are through the roof. Yeah. The reason why counselors, I mean, shit. When I was in school, and I'm not going to date myself here, but talking about a minute ago, the ideal of becoming a psychotherapist or a sex therapist or a psychologist was actually laughed at. It was like, yo, you're not going to have any fucking work. Mm-hmm. Right? Now a generation later, right? And I literally mean a generation. I mean a generation of kids being born without fathers, of all races. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now we're in a generation where everybody is actually recognizing that, oh shit, we need to work on our mental, our mental input and our mental output. So
Well, everybody goes to therapy.
yeah, well, yeah, everybody goes the first time, cries, and then when it's time to be accountable, they stop showing the fuck up, or the EAP runs out, whatever the fuck it is, you know. But
I'm gonna say that every podcast to piss Mike off.
But my point is like, now that we see the results of either poor dick management, poor pussy management, or poor parenting, whichever one it is, now that we see the results of this, we should agree that we need to be a whole unit again. That men need to become providers and protectors. Women need to become kinder, gentler, feminine, and supporters of those husbands. We have to say that the route that we've taken for the past 30 years, this shit don't work.
Clearly.
Because fuck boys don't even want to pay for popcorn anymore.
They don't.
They want you to pay for the popcorn. They buy the soda.
And you know what? Let me tell y'all this. For the women out there that's doing 50-50, I think if y'all look a little bit closer, you realize you paying more than 50-50.
Or they paying way less. You know what I'm saying? Like because there's a lot of
that.
dudes out here that's financially, covering shit, and
you don't know.
they don't know. They don't know that husband is paying all the car insurance, the health insurance.
Yeah.
And
then some of y'all gonna realize
utilities.
like,
they going 50-50 on rent, and they like, oh, I'm contributing. It's like, nah, that shit like 75.
Yeah.
25.
And then some of y'all are gonna realize like, yo, me and my man do 50-50, and your man's like, yeah, we do, and then you do the math and you realize,
and then they dropping $1,500 on groceries every month.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I'm not here to bash the 50-50. What I'm here saying is that we have, as men, right? This ain't even on the women. As men, we have to get to the point where we start back out earning and protecting our women, right? This doesn't mean that look, here's the thing. If your woman makes way more money than you and you're married to her, right? You got to understand that like we can't afford to lose her job, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that means that your pride got to go out the fucking window.
Absolutely.
That means that I got to take care of this woman no matter what.
Absolutely.
Right? Whatever the fuck it is that she needs. That's still being fucking masculine, because as a man, you've made the decision for y'all. Yeah. We're not deciding whose job more important, right? Yep. Because she's never going to come to you and say, my job is more important than your job if you're a masculine man.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're a bitch ass,
yeah,
she's going to be like, yo, I'm important, you're not. But if you're a masculine man, your woman's never going to come to you and say, yo, my job is more important than your job. What she's going to do is struggle mentally, right?
Yep.
Your job as a man is to provide and protect. That also means that you have to protect her mental.
Yep.
Don't make her say it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? If you see that she out here crushing, if she's making 200, you making 100.
Yeah.
Her job matters.
Absolutely.
Her job is like if I got to step the fuck back, if we have children,
yep,
and she making 200, I'm making 120.
Yeah.
And she can't take time off of her job. Guess what?
I gotta take time off.
I gotta take time off.
I got a homeboy who does that. His wife works at Spectrum and she's pretty high up.
Yeah.
And he said, man, I was making 6 figures. He said she started out earning so much. He said, yo, I left that job. I got a little side job.
Yes.
He's like, I overworked there. He said, but guess what? I take my boys to school every day.
I take them to
up.
school.
He's like, I picked them up. He's like,
lunch.
I take them to every practice.
Yes.
He said, I take my wife lunch sometimes because she ain't got time for that shit.
That is.
And he was like, I had to put my pride aside and say, yo, this is going to better my family. He said,
you
and
go.
You know what this nigga told me, which is so beautiful? He goes, you know what she do for me? Every few months, I pick a country. She just let me go for a few days. He's like, and then I was talking to him in the pandemic. He was like, yo, I'm in the DR for the next 4 days. He was like, yo, my wife was just like, yo, go. Because I work. And I was like, so what you gonna do next? He's like, I'll probably go to Europe, but I'm gonna take her with me this time. He was like, yo, this is what I do. And he was like, I still take care of home. I pay these fucking bills. He said, but with her, I let her take care of some of that stuff, certain stuff that she needs and wants to. He's like, but guess what? We're going out of town. She's going to take care when we go to Disney. He's like, I don't want to pay for that shit.
Yes.
He's like, but guess who paying the mortgage? Guess who paying the cars?
You can't be a bum.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, you can't play COD and 2K all fucking day unless you're streaming that shit and collecting money.
But it's fucking funny, man. All right, you want to do the simp post, or we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels first?
Man, let's go knock out the simp post real quick, man.
Favorites. This is my favorite segment of this podcast.
Simp
every
post
time.
of the fucking week. All right.
My favorite segment, seriously.
Now this one we're gonna catch a little backlash on.
Oh gosh, I'm ready for it.
This is from a guy. He says she's damaged, but she's a keeper. She just needs to be loved a little different and reassured a little more. All right, bro. Okay, for one, that's trauma.
That is trauma.
You are not a psychotherapist.
You're not.
You're not a psychologist.
You're not her dad.
Yeah, you're not her daddy. What you need to do is let that woman go and talk to a professional.
Absolutely.
That's a simp post, bro. Because what you want is all. Because here's gonna like these are the people that's gonna like the shit, right?
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
All the ones that are hurt.
Absolutely.
All the ones that are damaged.
Absolutely.
And all the ones who don't want to go see a fucking therapist.
Absolutely.
Right?
But want you to accept all that.
But you want you to accept all that fucking baggage. Fellas, we are not accepting bullshit fucking baggage. Look, I was talking to a chick that I actually really fucking liked.
Okay.
And she gave me a red fucking flag, right?
Okay.
And you know what I told her? I said, hey, I really like you. I will work with you through this.
Yeah.
But this is a red flag that I cannot ignore.
Absolutely.
You need to talk to a professional about that.
Absolutely.
There's no way that you and I can move forward with that overhanging.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I told her that, kept talking to her. Sure enough, fucking episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. I didn't bash her. I wasn't mad at her. Because I saw it coming.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't ignore the red fucking flag.
Absolutely.
All right. The reason why this is a simp post is because he's saying, we're just going to ignore all those red fucking flags.
Well, for me, this is how I see. So for those who I know, Mike is older than me, so he's wiser than me. I tell y'all the dumb shit.
Mike is fucked up more, basically.
And so I see let me tell you what this is. When I see simp posts, I think about what the guy's trying to accomplish. So Mike sees it on a mature level, like, look, he's trying to ignore all that. I look at it as though, like, yo, what type of women you trying to slide in your DM so you can pick out who you smash?
Well, here's the thing. Women don't slide in fucking DMs, bro.
And so we say that every podcast, and I totally agree with that. And that's the thing. That's the second part of why I would look at it as simp post, because these women never slide in your DM, so you get angry.
Exactly, and you become a fucking incel.
And I was talking to my homeboy. My homeboy is gay, right? And shout out to him, because me and him was talking one day, and so we're having this conversation. He goes, I don't believe in women calling gay guys cis and all this. And I go, why? Like, because mind you, in my mind, I'm like, well, you're gay, so I definitely want to hear your logic. He goes, the moment, he said, I don't like them calling me girl, cis, all this other shit. He said, because the moment I act like a man, they got all these gay slurs they got to throw at me. He's like, they call me the F word. They call me a bitch. They do all this. He said, because now I'm showing you that I'm a man at the end of the day. And he said, I'm comparing that to this is because when these dudes get angry that these girls aren't in their DMs, then they got to call women all these fucking names, and they got to treat them a certain way.
They're going to shame them and say that y'all ain't shit and that you're a slut. Broken. Yeah, and you're broken. And it's like, nah, bro. Like, keep that same energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy. Like, yo, nothing's wrong.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, no, we do have to stop, for one, procreating without being married, right? I think we have said that every episode. And that's probably going to be every episode for the rest of the podcast life, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the first thing. But the second thing is that we also have to get back to the point to where we care enough to tell somebody the truth without shaming them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of broken people, not just broken women, but there's just a lot of broken people. Yep. But a lot of that is because of relationships.
Absolutely.
And there's several type of relationships, right? Like, you got relationship with your parents, you have relationships with your siblings, and then you have relationships with the person that you choose to be a family member that never was, right? Whether it's your best friend or a sexual, or an intimate relationship. So when those things break, right? Like, we see people break when they lose parents. We see people break when they lose siblings. We're also going to see people break when they lose that intimate fucking bond. Yeah. All right. It's okay for us to recognize that and say, hey, you're not healed from that yet. Yeah. Be healed, and then we can move forward, right? Yeah. Instead of shaming somebody. So that's all I'm saying. And the reason why it's a simp post is because he's excusing that. Yeah. He's saying, let me love your broken ass.
Yeah, let me do that. Nothing's wrong with you. You're fine.
Yeah. Here we already know how this shit gonna end up.
So Mike is about to find a video from Kevin Samuels of what he did right, what he did wrong. I just want to give everybody a heads up. Please follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Send this to somebody. Send this pod to your baby daddy that ain't shit.
Definitely send it to your baby. This is a pod. I mean, honestly, like, here's the thing. Gosh, man, I'm about to go off on a little tangent. All right, go ahead. Here's the thing, man. If you have a child with somebody, that child has a father. All right, you're going to have to, at some point, right? Stop looking for a stepdaddy. Looking for a stepdaddy is way harder than finding a real daddy. All right?
Facts.
The real daddy is out there. But what you are going to have to do is you are going to have to submit yourself, right? Not to the man. You're going to have to submit yourself to the universe. You're going to have to submit your spirit to understand that I got to do what's best for my child.
Yeah.
All right. Once you do that, reach out to that dude. Send him this podcast because this is an accountability podcast.
Absolutely.
Men, you can decide to do the right thing at any fucking time. I remember I was talking to someone and I told her she was getting married and she was having cold feet. It was like one of my old thingies or whatever. Yeah. and she was reaching out for a bullshit reason. She really was. And I wasn't about that bullshit. Yeah. And one of the things that I told her, I said, doing the right thing is easier than what you think. Yeah. Just do the right thing. Right? Don't reach out to me and hope that I'm going to encourage you to do something stupid or ask you to come over. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Before you get married. Absolutely. Like, I'm actually going to say no. I'm going to decline this. Yeah. Not because I don't want to, but because at some point we have to be accountable for our decisions. This is a decision that you're making. Just decide to do the right thing. Yeah. So to y'all fellas out there that haven't seen your kids or haven't been accountable, bruh, just today, just to be like, don't text her and say, you know what, I'm gonna do better, right? No, because that's bullshit. She ain't gonna believe that shit. She not gonna believe you. But just do better.
And you blocked.
Yeah. You're absolutely blocked.
Let me tell y'all something, man. I take a picture of a lot of models. A lot of you niggas is blocked.
You're absolutely blocked. So create a Google number.
Yes.
But decide to do better first before you text her from the Google number.
And prove that you ready to do better.
Show and prove, man.
Come on, Kevin.
Average full-time black woman in this country, $37,000. That is $18.50 a French toast hour.
He said French toast hour.
And you think looking at a man who's earning $21 an hour or $42,000, you say, I can't get an average man. And he got to be average, he got to be ambitious. No. No, absolutely not.
All right. Where Kevin's right, where's Kevin is wrong. All right. So for one, I did not know that the median income for black women was $37,000 a year.
Slow.
All right. So a lot of y'all out here are stunned like hell on goddamn Instagram.
Yeah.
So either the women who make $37,000 a year are not on Instagram, or y'all motherfuckers are.
No, they on Instagram.
Y'all lying like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I did not know it was that low. All right. Men average income is $42,000 per year. All right. Where Kevin is right, where Kevin is wrong. All right. Where Kevin is right is like, y'all women that's making $37,000 a year, y'all got to lay the fuck back.
Yeah.
Y'all got to lay the fuck back, man. God damn. I thought y'all motherfuckers were like 55, 65.
I knew they went down.
Bruh. Okay. Y'all. All right.
But continue to book me. Thank you.
All right. You're broke. All right. You're broke. All right. Which means that if you meet another motherfucker, chances are that's going to be your sphere of influence. He broke too. All right, stop stunning on these brothers, man, that actually like y'all and having babies with, the dope boy that only lasts for 2-3 years. All right? Yeah. Because, look, I get it. Like, the high earn, street dudes, they in the game 2-3 years, then they gone. The money's gone. All right? Stop having babies with these dudes, man. And, like, start dating these dudes that actually out here earning income, man. I was at a job fair the other day, man, and like every kid that came in was like computer science. I'm like, damn, man, these brothers about to be earning bank.
STEM majors.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them.
Yeah, they about to be earning bank. Yeah. So for y'all ladies out here, man, like start looking at some of these brothers that's in these STEM programs, man. Please. And start because average STEM comes out 75, 90. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like off gate. And then within 3 to 5 years, they're like 120 to 200. Yeah. All right. If the average median income, if you're making $37,000 a year, so let's say you're a school teacher, so you might be like 41, 42, somewhere in that range, right? And you meet a STEM major and he's making, 120, right? So 5 years into your career, you're making 45, he's making, 120. Yeah. That's the hypergamy that we're talking about. Yeah. Right? That couple right there, that bruh's not gonna have any problem out of that school teacher. Nah. She has a professional job. She's making great money. Yeah. She's making good money, right? Yeah. Because if we know the median is 37 and she's making more, that's good money compared to the median. Yeah. This brother's crushing it. That's going to be a happy couple. Ladies.
And he needs you.
And he needs you.
I think that's what people miss.
Man, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because you never hear men say, I don't need a woman. Yeah. Yeah, you never hear it.
And the ones that do, they simps and they assholes.
Yeah, they exactly right, and they paying for it.
Yes, shout out to the sex workers. Yeah, I'm shouting y'all out.
Yeah, they're paying the sex workers.
Y'all the glue.
Yeah, they are the glue. They absolutely. You got a fucking terroristic nation of incels if you don't have sex workers. So Kevin is right on this. Like, you got, if you're making $37,000 a year as medium income, right? Which means some are making more, some are making less. Mm-hmm. So to y'all ladies that's making 50, that you're like, oh, I'm making 50, I'm out here crushing it. Well, no, there's somebody making 25. You know, that's averaging you out. Yeah. And chances are y'all both at the bar.
Yeah. Beside each other.
Yeah, beside each other. And chances are, one of y'all look better than the other. And if if the one that makes 25 looks better than the one that makes 50, I'm sorry, that's not how men choose women.
Yeah.
That's not how men choose women. Men choose women based upon how nice she is to him.
Absolutely.
Hey, ladies, if y'all don't believe anything I say, if you don't believe nothing else I say.
This is the second thing we say the most in the podcast, and I already know what it is. Go ahead.
Men choose women based upon how much peace and gentleness you bring into their life. That is the only quality. Men will sleep with you behind other qualities. Yeah. But when a man seeks to settle down with a woman, he is really looking at how much peace and gentleness she brings into his life.
Yep.
So if you make $50K a year and you're out with your homegirl and she makes 30 and she's sweet as fucking pie, she is going to get married.
Absolutely. All the nice girls get married super quick, dog.
Quick!
Like, and you know what I'm saying?
Quick!
And everything else is like, you know what it is? It's like, sometimes I don't want to deal with an asshole of a person, dog. And I say
not at home, bro.
Not at home, man. And I look at my wife, like my wife personally, man, I look at it and it's like, she was just so fucking nice everywhere we go. I remember I was dating a young lady, man, and we was going to get something to eat, and the fucking server was maybe slightly flirting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nothing serious, you know what I'm saying? And the girl who I was with was she got so upset and tried to show her little ass. And I was just like, okay.
I can't fuck with you.
I can't.
And you know,
then I started realizing, I'm like, all right, I can't take your ass nowhere. I can't even look at, when shorty come up, I can't look. And then, I started hanging around my wife and I just saw how nice she was to people that was out. And to be fair, when I met my wife, she was a server, right? So her being nice was meaning on how much tips she was getting.
Yeah, but it goes back to when we talk about the nurse, right? Like some people it's just in them.
They
you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna end up in the right place. And here's the thing, as men, right? We think of serving as a bad thing, right? Because when we think of a woman serving, it's almost to the point where we treat that thought as if she's a slave, right?
Yeah.
But as men, right? Like the best leaders that are men who take care of other men. They serve other fucking men,
absolutely.
Right? When the Medal of Honor is given out, right?
Yeah.
It ain't for the dude that shot the most people.
Yeah.
It's for the dude that went back and got his brothers. It's
absolutely.
for the dude that actually bandaged up everybody and was like, nah, dude, we're all going home. I'm taking care of every fucking body.
That one.
That one, right? Like that is the warrior, man. That's the one. It's the one. And it's like, yo, we got to understand that serving isn't a bad thing. Serving is a fucking strength, bro. Because absolutely. You can't serve unless you come from a place of abundance. Man, we're going to end on that fucking high note right there.
Hey, man, I want to thank y'all. I know it was a little long this time.
We just got back. Just watch half and then watch the other half. And that'll cover for the 2 weeks.
Yeah, y'all got to, that'll cover that. And we're going to holler at y'all next week.
Holler at your boy.